Anyway, back to
Back to what? The therapy?
about
Man.
Team Temple.
Oh, Team Temple, yeah. Team Temple, Auntie Temple. You done messed up with that one, Auntie Temple. Now that's what you gonna always be called, Auntie Temple.
And she's only a couple years older than us. So not even a couple years. She's only what, a year older than me.
Yeah, but that's Auntie. But nah, I really enjoyed her and I love her spirit and all that stuff.
Okay.
You know, of course, now you know the other one. I love the
No.
sex goddess. Sex goddess. Sex goddess. She came on here and she was just funny.
She is
And the
funny.
stuff that she was just saying, I was like, good Lord, you making me clutch my pearls. Ooh.
Hey everyone, welcome to Unapologetically 50 Plus. So today I have hubby here with me, and I have no idea what the topic is going to be. I have no idea what he wants to talk about. So please, if you find any value or enjoy the content, remember to like and subscribe. I truly appreciate your support. All right, let's get this conversation started.
All right.
You know what you don't talk about?
Then we're gonna talk about some things. We're gonna talk about some things there, some stuff. How y'all doing?
That smile was creepy.
That's all right. That's all right. They haven't seen me in a while. They haven't seen you in a while. Welcome to Unapologetically 50 Plus,
He's back, y'all. Just every once in a while he'll pop up.
where we talk about all things sisters. All things sisters, but you got a brother today. You got a brother today.
But before we get started, if you find any value or enjoy the content, please remember to like and subscribe. I truly appreciate your support.
Yes.
He's been dying to say that.
Yes. I've been gone for a minute, but it's all right. That's all right. I've been busy. I've been pretty busy. And I'm letting her hold down the fort, her own for a little while. She's doing really well with her unapologetically 50. And she
Plus,
plus, excuse me, plus. See how she did plus.
because I'm plus.
But she been having me in the dungeon, y'all. She got me doing all the music and all the
Don't say
editing.
that.
Cause that's what I do. She got me doing all the editing and all the music, and I be in the dungeon, and I be having shackles on me. So she let me out today because it's the day before Father's Day. So, so I got out on good behavior today.
See,
Hmm.
when we air this, it's going to be way after Father's Day.
It's
So
okay.
I don't,
It's all right. It's
you're
okay.
dating that, you're dating it.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
Nah, it's good. It is all right. So, so basically she's like, I'm running this one today. I'm running this one. So, you know, this is gonna kind of be a little recap on how she's doing with her show and how she's been feeling. And we'll talk about some of the guests, talk about some of the things that I done kind of dealt with as of lately, you know.
What are you
So
talking about?
that crazy for that.
No, we're not doing that
We
on my
ain't doing
show.
that.
No, we're not.
I could just I ain't gonna go that much into it, but
No, we're not doing that on this show.
see how she do me, y'all. She lock me up and don't let me get my whole everything
That's
out.
why
She
you
just
should put your own podcast on and then you can do that.
it'll come. It'll come.
You
It's
don't have
coming.
time.
No.
You don't
But
have
I got
time.
a lot of stuff to say.
You do.
A whole lot of stuff to
But
say.
we're talking about now. You wanted to do this show. You wanted to
Yes.
do this podcast. So what we gonna talk about?
Well, I wanted people to also to see that, we
He
doing
was so worried that people think, well, did you guys break up? But I'm like, no, things happen. People, you got life, you got
I
your
got
life,
real busy, you
and
guys.
you got things to do. And I explained that when I told him I was doing a rebranding.
Mm.
So folks who saw it what I said,
Hmm.
they would have heard what I said.
Okay. But that's all right. It's still good for them to see us together, isn't it?
Look, you got to look up there.
I'm looking there. It's always hard because I'm looking down at the screen, y'all. Y'all gotta
Well,
forgive me. Sometimes I look down at the screen, things like that. So,
okay, so what do you want to talk about?
how you doing?
Come on.
That's what it
I'm
is. How you
doing,
doing?
you live with me. You know how I'm doing. I am doing amazing.
You're doing amazing.
Yes.
And how are you enjoying your journey with unapologetically 50 plus
I
plus
actually
plus?
like it because I have complete control. I don't have to ask nobody nothing. I
Mhm.
got complete control on who my guests are, the questions I ask. I don't
Mhm.
have to fight with somebody about the topics.
So, in other words, you're a control freak.
No, I just like, no, that's furthest from the truth. Trying to do a podcast with another individual, and then you have different
Yeah, I'm the fool.
ideas. No, you have
Mhm.
different ideas
Okay.
on how the podcast should run. It makes it a little more challenging.
Yeah.
And then getting folks to sit down and actually do a podcast
Mm-hmm.
makes it a little more challenging.
Mm. Okay.
So I enjoy.
You enjoy not having to deal with all those challenges, huh?
Mm.
Yeah. You need counseling.
After 50, as a female, you don't want to be having all them extra challenges.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
That's a lot.
So far out of all your guests, and all of them were great. All of them were great.
Don't ask me who's my favorite because I don't
Oh,
have a favorite.
well, I mean, okay, not your favorite guest, but what was your favorite interview that you can remember? Because all of them, like I said,
I like
all of them were great.
I like the one on menopause. Well, I like the one with the holistic practitioner because she gives so much valuable information.
Hmm.
I like the one with Krishan,
Hmm.
the Blacks are Global,
Okay.
talking about, it's not too late.
Hmm.
Um, I definitely like the ones with Temple so far.
T Temple.
Auntie Temple.
Auntie Temple, I love me some Temple. I'm
But
King Temple.
but like I said, all of them have had something that I've gained out of them and that I've learned from.
Hmm.
And it just makes it so I can't really say I have a favorite interview
Hmm.
or a favorite interviewer
Hmm.
or anything of that nature.
Okay.
But those are the more recent ones also that kind of really stuck out in my head when it comes to, the topics and
Hmm.
the vast amount of information and wisdom those three ladies in particular off the top of my head
Hmm.
that were was really eye-opening and enlightening. And like I said, the whole reason behind the podcast for me was one, community
Hmm.
amongst women of a certain age, and me learning from those women,
Okay.
me um, being able to just talk and have um and gain their wisdom,
Hmm.
just having that community with them, even though it's online and it's not like I see them in person, but just being able to have that community and camaraderie with women, my age
Okay.
and
Okay.
older. Some of them have been older.
Yeah, some of them a little older.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I find it very interesting because I have to sit and watch it while I'm editing it, you guys. And sometimes it's interesting I have to find certain clips to use and different things. So I learn a lot. I'm learning
Mm-hmm.
a lot,
Yeah.
about women. Y'all,
About women.
about women. I mean, I've already known that y'all are interesting species. Y'all are interesting. But I mean, like I've always said, men, we just blunt objects. So it's not as many layers to us.
But
So,
I don't think it's as many well, yes, there are layers to us. No,
I was about to
hear
say,
me out. There are layers to us, but also as we get older, I don't want to say our layers become more,
Mm,
but I think we just stop covering up those layers. We start just saying, okay, we start really peeling back
yeah,
and, and exposing those layers a little more and have less patience, have less, less uh fuck bucks to give.
fuck bucks.
To
Them fuck
give.
bucks can be a trip. Why?
And, we're looking at this second half of our life as okay, now it's about me
Hmm.
without it sounding selfish, but then again, it's like
Yeah,
we can't really keep we and see that's where that trying to tread lightly so you don't hurt other people's feelings when you say I'm going to be selfish,
yeah,
but then again, you have society still making you feel like, well, you still have a family, you still need to, cater to your family. And it's like, no, we have adult children, and no,
and they
it,
doing their
they're
thing.
doing their thing and living their lives. And I'm no longer catering to, or, or I should no longer feel guilty about me living my life now.
Yeah,
And that's even if you're married,
yeah.
some of us are still married and we have to,
Yes, yes, some of us are still married.
and we're just learning how to be selfish.
Learning how to be selfish. Well, I thought it was really interesting. I really found uh,
It's Team Temple
Team
here.
Tempo. I listen to that's another thing. I also listen to the shows, afterwards, the full show and see how it usually goes. So, um, yeah, listening to Tempo. Actually, I learned a lot of stuff,
Oh, okay.
as a man, as far as just, mental health and things like that. So I learned a lot of things. And that wasn't just, women. Just some of the stuff that she was saying just really was like, oh, okay. Because, men, as we get older, like you said, women start to kind of let that stuff out and things
Mm-hmm.
like that. A lot of times men don't. They don't
Yeah.
let it out. We don't let it out when we're younger a lot of times. And definitely we get older, you definitely, they definitely don't let it out.
Let what
So that's
out?
why
What out?
well, all this baggage. That's why
Oh,
you be
okay.
seeing a grumpy ass old man and shit. Get off my lines, little ninjas. Get off my lines. They be grumpy because they holding all that stuff in. They done been through so much in their life,
Yeah.
and they held it in. And, we've never been told that it's okay to let that stuff out. Now you're starting to see men now,
Mm-hmm.
start to finally let it out and go to therapy and things like that. But that
Mm-hmm.
used to be shunned on. You like, what?
Well,
Going to therapy? Like,
I think that
like,
was,
you better get your ass over there and blah, 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 blah.
but I think therapy was shunned in just the black community for a long time.
Well, yeah, it was. But I
But
mean,
women also,
but women
but,
were so,
but men had their barbershops. Isn't that where y'all let? I mean, you don't go to a barbershop, but I'm just saying in
yeah, that was,
terms,
I mean, you could kind of say that was therapy. It was to a point,
yeah,
but a lot of times a lot of times you have brothers in there and they kind of going along with it,
right,
or they both in there sharing or not both, but all of them in there sharing their horror stories about different things,
right,
in relationships or job or whatever. And yes, that's a space where that we need to continue and cherish to have those barbershops so that we can have men can release in the barbershops.
yeah,
But it's still not like getting therapy,
yeah,
because you don't peel back layers in the
true,
barbershop.
true, true.
Because
Yeah, you get
you
a tough
boy,
budget.
they'll put a cap, they'd be capping on you, and they'll have a whole board full of jokers that they gonna cap on because of blah blah blah. So nah, you don't pull back layers, but you go in there, you talk about things, you have fun talking about it and stuff like that. So
You said cap, and some people might not know what you mean when you say cap.
look, it's some look, we all some mature people on here. I would hope you would know what capping is.
I don't know, maybe.
Capping, for those of you who may not know, capping is a way of just talking about you. and
Telling a
making it
joke,
and
making a
telling
joke,
making you out to be a joke and
making
just
you. Oh, so making you the joke.
making you the joke. I mean, there's different ways to cap. I mean, there's ways to cap to where you cap on somebody and it's just lighthearted and you guys having fun with it. But then, there's guys that get real deep in it and then you could get serious with the capping and get into other stuff and then you start adding mamas in it. Next thing you know, you're throwing blows.
Okay.
I mean, it's funny because people they don't start fighting over, man, your daddy, blah, 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 blah. It's the mama. Oh, man, you don't talk about my mama. It's like, what about daddy?
So anyway, back to
Back to what? The therapy?
about
Man.
Team Temple.
Oh, Team Temple, yeah. Team Temple, Auntie Temple. You done messed up with that one, Auntie Temple. Now that's what you gonna always be called, Auntie Temple.
And she's only a couple years older than us. So not even a couple years. She's only what, a year older than me.
Yeah, but that's Auntie. But nah, I really enjoyed her and I love her spirit and all that stuff.
Okay.
You know, of course, now the other one I love the
Oh,
sex goddess. Sex goddess. Sex goddess. She came on here and she was just funny.
she is
And the
funny.
stuff that she was just saying, I was like, good Lord, you making me clutch my pearls. Ooh, ooh. But I love me some her.
All right.
I
And
love me some her.
be mindful.
Me and V, nah, I love V. I love V because V be real with the stuff. But
Yeah,
no, V be just be V. V, you can't be going in on dude like that. I think that's your boy. You guys, come on, V. But I love me some V. V Mindful, y'all. Check out their channels, man. V Mindful, Sex Goddess. I always forget her real, because I'm so used to calling her Sex Goddess, because that's what she goes by. In Temple,
yeah,
that's
Temple Jackson. Yeah.
Temple
She
Jackson.
doesn't have well, yeah, she has a YouTube channel. I don't know how often she posts though,
Well,
but
she'll be on.
yeah,
She'll
she'll
be on
be
yours
on
every month.
monthly. She will be on my show.
Yeah.
We'll be doing some mental health
Yep. Trying
and
to get look.
wellness.
We gotta get Sex Goddess on there every month. See, I gotta say it that way. That's how Sex Goddess. She talk about all kind of stuff like threesomes, foursomes, quadruple lipolipums, and like I had no idea that it was so many
Layers
layers to what is it?
and titles and
What is it? Oh my God, I can't even think of it.
monog.
Pan, pan,
No, no,
is it Panag?
no. It's you might have to look it up. It's called
But
ethical monogamy.
yeah, but I mean,
Ethical non-monogamy.
yeah, but
Yeah, yeah.
that's hers though.
No,
Remember that's her.
it's called ethical non-monogamy. It's ethical.
Yeah, but the other one is
Oh
the
no.
other one. It's like I can't think of it. The Panag. I don't know.
Don't start saying wrong
I
stuff.
don't want to say the wrong thing because she gonna get me. She gonna cap on me, and she always be like, "Why you got your hat on? My hair right now, mm, it's cool." She gonna be mad. I told you to take that hat off when you on screen. So I'm sorry, but yeah, she's cool and she's fun. She's
Yeah.
fun, and she's like I said,
Very, very authentic women, and that's what I liked about having, all the ladies on. They were
all of
all of them have been very authentic, and like I said, just so much wisdom that they're sharing with on my show. So
them.
yeah. And I
Yeah.
always say, if there's a particular one where look through and go through the podcast, if there's a particular one that you want to see her come back,
Mhm.
then, leave it in the comments and I'll be more than happy to ask her to, come back and,
Yeah.
do another episode. So,
Yes, they've all been great, great guests. So, and
mhm.
I'm just so proud of you. Because if y'all would have known
No, we've been on, well, no, it has been a couple years.
a
Yeah.
couple years ago, she would have never been, well, let's say 3 years ago, she would have never been doing
Hmm.
anything like this because she was just the not really just talking to people that much, and she didn't like to be in front of cameras, and she didn't like to be on in front of people talking, and she just went through a transformation, y'all.
Told you.
She's just like a whole butterfly. She went through a cocoon phase and just came out and just. So now I don't even know who this person is over here. So,
Hmm.
and look, she didn't got her hair. She didn't
Yeah, I had all that.
explain that one.
Well, I mean, everybody saw the gray, and I was trying to I was trying to keep the gray.
She tried.
It was, I mean, it was okay for a while, and then I was out in that sunshine, and then the wind took it, and all I saw was white, and I was like, I can't do it. No. I can't. Maybe I'll give it another couple years. Maybe I'll, let it go again. But
She tried, y'all. She gave it that.
and I was gonna try and let it grow out, and I just
She tried.
hair on my neck and all that.
She tried. She used
So
to
yes,
have long hair way back
I
in the day.
did.
She used to have long hair, and then she got tired of dealing with it, and
But we had a daughter, so somebody's hair had to give. So it was mine or hers.
'cause hers was, woo.
So I was like, hey, it's time to cut it. So
But
somebody gotta, yeah.
you gave it that college try,
I
though.
sure did. I
You
sure
hung in for
did.
a good little
I
while.
did. Yeah, almost a year, almost.
Almost, almost. But
So
it's cool. Like I said, whatever makes you happy,
look
baby.
at
Whatever you like.
it.
Whatever you like. Oh, woof, woof, woof. Yeah, so, but back to the show. I'm just very, I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of her, y'all. Very proud. So I'll be in the
Mhm.
back and I'm just, yeah, get, get it. Listen to that music. I love it. That music is tight. Yeah. Yeah, that your producer, you know,
Yeah,
and that editing, he does pretty well.
yeah, I'll keep him. I'll keep him
Okay,
around.
okay, good.
Mhm.
Yes, but yes, back to Temple. I really enjoyed her thing about the mental health and all that stuff. Yes, because
Guess what?
we know some people that need.
Oh no, we're not gonna do that.
I know somebody real.
We're not gonna do that.
What? I can't just say
No,
my former employer was batshit crazy.
you've already said it now.
Oh, did I say that out loud, y'all? She was batshit crazy. And that's all I'm gonna say. Cause I'll go on a tangent. Did I say that right? Tangent?
But I'll cut it out.
No,
Cut it off.
don't
It'd
be
be like,
don't be cut. See there you I'm the one that do the editing.
but if I stop it right now, there's nothing yeah, it would just be. But anyway, yes, we're not gonna talk about
Batshit crazy.
that. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, so uh
Yes. But there's more to come, you guys. She has more guests that are coming.
more guests,
Yes.
workshop.
I'm gonna pop up every now and then. I'll probably be
You just slide on my workshops. I'm trying to promote
oh my bad.
workshops. Got
Workshops.
digital products on my
Right.
stand store. So all that stuff will be in the description. But check stuff out. I'm still trying to build, this whole community of, you know, um, 50 plus women. It's important to me. I think it's important to have that kind of community. There's other ladies that, and the thinking down the road that I'd love to do, retreats with and have them come on as, speakers. So there's a whole lot going on in my head. So,
Yep.
and it'll come to fruition. It takes time.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm working towards. So,
And if there's some brothers that are tuning in now, trust me, man, you might want to listen to this stuff because you get a good insight on what women are thinking and how to deal with them.
well, and especially not just, and again, the age, there is a difference how women in their 20s, 30s, and even 40s think compared to women in their 50s, 60s, and beyond. So there is a difference. So yes, it is helpful for, if you're 45, 40, 45-year-old woman,
Mhm.
this is what you it will happen. You will turn 50 and something will click and you go like, "Oh, okay, enough's enough."
Yep.
And as a man, if you're married and your wife has not hit, 50, this might be some helpful information.
Yes. Very much so. Very much. Trust me. You'll understand what they're going through. You won't be like, why you tripping? You just tripping. Dang, girl. Nah, trust me. They may seem like they tripping, but they going through some shit.
And not to say that men don't, but this, it's just helpful if, we both understand, men and women understand each other as they transition through just different stages of life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I'm
Anything
proud of
else?
you, babe.
Well, thank you.
Stop trying to rush me off. I might want to say some. I'm trying to think about some other stuff that I could say. I ain't been on here in a while. They want to hear. They want to hear. I've been busy, y'all. I've been busy.
That you said that.
I did. I've been busy. Working a lot, playing a lot of music. So
Okay.
just so they know,
They know you still okay. He's still here.
still
He
here.
hasn't gone anywhere. He's just in the background.
I'm in the background, handling stuff with my shackles on. And she every now and then she'll throw me a bowl of beans.
Oh my God.
Anyway,
Anyway,
I think that might be it.
well,
Sex goddess, we got to get you back on, girl. Sex goddess, got to get you back. And be mindful. We gonna have words again.
what I'll do is I'll leave some links of each one of the ladies that we talked about.
Yes,
I'll leave a link of the podcast that I did with them and y'all can check it out.
yes.
Okay.
Sex goddess.
Oh my
Max,
God.
Mac.
No.
Oh, I'm just.
See, you keep saying that name and now I can't remember her actual name because you always say that name instead of her name.
I know. I know.
Anyway, anything else, baby?
That's it.
All
I
right,
think
y'all.
that's it.
Remember to like and subscribe, y'all. You're really helping me build this community, and I truly appreciate it. So
Yep.
he'll be back periodically.
Yep.
When I let him out of the dungeon, as he says, I
Yes.
let him out every once in a while. So
Come out the dungeon to make sure I have to shave first because I had his beard because I've been in there. Can I have some water? No.
he
Oh,
doesn't do that much. Don't. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us. And I'll see you again real soon.